Hello and welcome back to Green Street Elite. And joined on my left, as usual, by my partner in crime, Kieran. How are you, mate?
Yeah, good, bro. Good. Chilly morning, but lovely. It's going to be a beautiful day again.
Excellent, excellent. I think this is probably a better way of me having my microphone because that
Your
way
audio's not the best, but I'll say that.
it's probably this shit microphone. I've got to be honest. I've got to get some new equipment. It's getting on my nerves. Anyway, changing the subject. We got a few people that have joined early. Look, James Bond, he joined at 5 to 10
James Lee,
at the Amaretto.
struggling to hear you, bud.
Oh yeah.
Happy age.
Oh God. How about this? Is this any better? I might have to change.
Yeah, it's not very. I can just about hear you, but it's not that clear. That's all, mate. I don't know if it's the same for everyone else. Everyone else might be fine. So. We'll do hand signals, mate. Oh, sweet.
Bear with me for 1 minute. Bear with me.
Bearing. I'm bearing. That could be just me. Fucking hell, man. Technical difficulties. Yeah, be true. Everyone else might be able to hear you well, but it's just I'm struggling.
Yeah. We have got a guest, but he's struggling with his internet at the moment. So let me just acknowledge that quickly. Right, now then, let me see. Right, I'm going to mute my microphone for a minute. Bear with me.
All right. It's all right. Everyone else, I just finished. I was about half hour behind watching that Scotland game. I just about got away with it. Fucking Shaqiri, hadn't heard his name for so long. What a fucking screamer. Top corner. What a bendy, beautiful shot. Hey, two of them.
Right, hold on.
Fuck's sake, that's bad.
Let me turn that down. Right. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Is it any clearer?
I think it's a little bit better, bud. Yeah, than what it was.
I can't fucking win. Well, do you know what? I can actually hear myself.
That is better. That's better, Budgie. But what, are you getting echo?
Yeah. But that's what.
Have you got to turn one of them off properly?
What I should do is do that. And now I should just be on now. Can you hear me all right?
Yeah, that's better, bud.
Right. Excellent. Right. Let's get rid of them. New microphone incoming. Right. Okay.
All right.
Well, what are we going to talk about? Right. Let's see who else is in the Cyber Leader. Good evening to you, Mo. How are you, sir? Rose is in the house. Thank you, Rose. Smash the like button and sub to these gents. Thank you, sweetheart. Helen says my mic was muffled. Good evening, Helen. Good evening, WHU58. Evening, Budgie, Cieran, OK, and everyone else. Wally's in the house. Hey, Budgie and Cieran. Good evening, Wally.
Wally.
How are you, mate?
Miss Alabama.
Yeah. Rosie saying Scotland played well, just not well enough. Too well for my liking. You lost me 40 quid. So, not happy.
They're just lacking a bit of quality in that team. That's so.
Yeah. So basically, what I'm doing is I'm running off my phone at the moment because I've got to get a new load of gear. But anyway, we'll be fine. Rosie says much clearer. Thank you, Rosie. Pop a pair of budgies. It's better budgie. Thanks. Thank you.
There you go. Well
Happy says, hope you're all well. Sounds fine for both of you. Clear and readable. Oh, okay. Cheers. Hope you are too. Everyone's saying away. Right. Hold up. There we go. Good evening, Luke.
Oh, fucking hell, not him. Not Luke.
Evening, ladies. How are we? I see you were both as sexy as ever.
Always, mate. Always. This is why people tune in, mate, for the sexiness of the presenters.
Oh,
always.
Yes, very much so.
Even though the way that fucking camera's got me, I look like I'm standing 2 inches away from the fucking phone.
How about that? Is that any better? You miserable old bastard.
That's fucking better. See? How many fucking years you been doing this?
7 fucking years.
No, go landscape. Fucking hell. I mean,
there we
every
go.
day's a new day, isn't it?
Yeah.
Hey, it's all good.
Happy, hope you're well, mate. And Ledge, she says, no way. People are saying hi to Luke, and it's nice to see you, mate. Well, it's nice not to see you. If you know what I mean. It's nice to hear from you. What have you been up to, boy?
Not a lot. I've had a week full of snot before that, but the Euros are on, so it's at least 6 hours to avoid talking to the wife.
Brilliant. Apparently it's happy hour in sunny Philadelphia.
I don't know what to talk about. Do we talk about England being boring, or we talk about West Ham not signing anyone?
Yeah.
It's difficult, isn't it?
Not a lot to talk about West Ham, is it?
Yeah, we ain't got a lot to talk about in any of them respects. Nah.
I tell you, into Euros though, I've watched most of the highlights and half a dozen full games, and Jesus, sort of Slovakia impressed me, mate. Could you believe it? I thought they were bloody good, played good football, really good side, mate, and got a good way of playing anyway.
Well, yeah,
they had many superstars in the team,
didn't they?
England, I think out of all the games I've watched, though, England were the most boring out of all the teams. They were so crap. It's so boring to watch, and it just shows you what difference a manager can make. Moyes has done it in the past, hasn't it? He can turn really good players looking fucking bang average, and so can Southgate. They're very similar to that. They can take the flair out of a player. Out of top of that. Brilliant. Fuck me.
Yeah, I agree.
They'll all come back and they got the 3 points in England, and it's a tournament and you move on. But my God, to watch it, it's hard. It's after a season of watching West Ham in the Premier League really doing your head in, and now you're watching England do it, and you go, fuck, mate. Yeah, it's a bit hard.
Yeah.
But there you go.
Right, so have you seen any of the games, Luke?
I think I've watched most bits and pieces of most of them, only because they start at 5, and that's about when I finish work, and I just keep clicking, watching the football. But I have to say, the European Championships are, in my opinion, the best to watch competition in the world of football, because you look at Hungary today, they've got Zaborski, but then they've got a ropey old couple of players as well next to him. It's just more fun to watch, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, I've watched highlights of most of the games. Watched a few of the games live, but the one that I really did like was last night. I think it was. Yeah, Portugal, Czech Republic. That was a good game. I really enjoyed that. That was a really good game. I thought.
Yeah, they were unlucky, mate.
Played really well, to be honest. And it was nice to see Soufal doing what he does.
Yeah, they gave him a match.
Yeah. And
you got an assist. The mixed bag from Soufal and Souček. They both made mistakes. They both played, got them going. They played great tackles. There was a mixed bag of it. But 2 mistakes by the Czechs, and they lose the game. But they actually battled well, really well.
Yeah.
Against a team of superstars in that Portuguese team. Fuck me. Superstars in there. But they gave them a game, man. It was unlucky.
Oh, yeah. And as I said, it was nice to see, both Souček and Soufal doing what they do for us. Mixing it up. Soufal did quite well, I thought. I thought he was most likely to get an assist, and he did. So,
I thought yesterday, I thought Soufal's performance showed why we should be very grateful for him over this last season, because he played as a wing back, and yet we asked him to do the same thing as a right back.
Yeah. And
he gave him some go forward like he does with West Ham. He got skinned a couple of times against a really fast winger. Well, you're always going to do, because that's what really fast wingers do to you when you're a right back or a left back. And but he got him up the pitch. He battled away, and he got a good assist and a cracking goal too.
Yeah.
Hey, Charlie boy.
Good evening, Charlie.
Thank you
for joining us, son. Thank you.
What awful hat are you wearing tonight, Charlie?
And James is back.
Yeah, he's wearing.
Sean's in the house. He's here earlier, but I had to go to blueberry picking. Good evening to you, Sean.
Really?
Yeah, nice. Nice. Fresh blueberry.
That's different.
Yeah. Yeah, they're in season. Spain getting rolled. Yes, indeed.
Sorry, Budgie, you have to go back to that. Blueberries are not in season in the UK unless they're imported, to be fair.
Yeah. Sean, in answer to your question, sir, yes, that is the Charlie boy. Hang on, I got. For some reason, my screen's just gone dark. There we go. So I thought that Germany looked really good as well, though. They look good.
They did against Scotland the first game, but Scotland were terrible.
Yeah. What didn't they play? Was it last night?
Well, they got their point tonight, Scotland, so that keeps them alive. If they can win their last game against Hungary, they got a chance of, qualifying, getting through. And I mean, that's the only aim they've got is to get out of the group. 4 points might just do it.
They've just played the Hungary game. Switzerland.
They played Switzerland.
Yeah.
No, they just played Switzerland, Budge.
No,
they just played Switzerland.
No, they haven't. Not according to my bloody
I just watched it, you lunatic.
Hey?
Well, get rid of that fucking thing. It's shit. I just watched Shaqiri's hit the fucking top corner. I'm sure he plays for Switzerland.
Yeah, and he played against Scotland, you plonker.
That's what I'm saying. I'm talking about Scotland. Scotland got a point tonight against
Germany,
Switzerland.
you soppy old fart.
No, Germany approved. Germany already flew, mate. They don't give a shit.
This is about the time that they take their medicine.
Who?
Me and you.
What?
Apparently you don't know your apples from your onions, Luke.
Possibly.
Anyway.
Right, so talking of apples and onions, what'd you have for dinner tonight? What have you had for breakfast, Cieran?
Fuck that, mate. Well, it's still, I don't eat breakfast anyway, so 8:15 in the morning, boy. Been up since 5:30. I didn't eat shit, and I won't eat shit till tonight. So there you go. Breakfast out for me. 1 meal a day. 1 meal a day. That's why I'm in such great shape. I look like an absolute Adonis. There you go.
Is that what you call it?
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
Solid got to say.
Adonis, he's been dead 2,000 years.
I'm having troubles with my phone, so I'm going to have to switch my other laptop on. Bear with me. I'll still be with you. I'll still be with you, but I'm going to have to put another laptop on. It's getting on my nerves.
Right. As I've seen, I mean, overnight, how many players we bought? Luke, any? We got 5 more players in today? Or 10 more links?
That Brazilian 12-year-old.
What?
We bought that Brazilian, haven't
A
we?
Latvian? 12-year-old, that's it. Don't know.
What's that wrong with you?
It's very rare I look at any of the links because I get bored of it.
I think we're going to sign Kilman.
Kalermi's on board.
Yeah, he's on board.
I don't think we will.
Once all those links, too many links, as it were. I think that, God knows how much it's going to be. 50 million, I guess.
Now, Kilman's a strong link, and I believe it'd be good, but I don't see us paying 45 million for him. That'd be mad.
Yeah, but you say that, mate.
But that's why I don't think
45 million today
Huh?
isn't. Well,
I wouldn't
nor
pay
would I. It's not my money, is
I wouldn't
it?
pay it for him.
And it seems that is.
I think he's aged.
That is the going rate for a Premier League.
It is, but you've got to have some sell-on value. You know, if you look at what I think our new philosophy is having some sell-on value with these players. And at his age, if you had him for the next 4 years, that'd be it. And there's nothing. So I believe you need a younger centre half to still see you can get money back on him, or even more money in a couple of years' time. Feel free.
Show me.
I think that's the route we should be going.
Got our money back on, and I might agree with you, man.
Well, this is why we got started in, because I think this should be, the new way we look at it. If you look at Paqueta and Kudos, you're looking at making money out of them, because you will lose them eventually. At the moment, you're going to. What's that, Luke?
Money out of Paqueta, because you wouldn't sign him, but.
Well, yeah, I know, but you don't know, though, do you? That could be cleared up, that thing, and next season he could start really performing brilliantly. His money might go up again.
Did you?
At the moment, he's not looking like it.
Did you watch that thing by the young? What's the girl that's on Russ's channel?
Holly,
sorry, yeah, Holly. She had an interview with Tim Vickery, and he pointed out, just watch that interview, and what he pointed out about the accusations against Paqueta. I have not repeating them, but have a look. Just watch that video, and it really, 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 really doesn't look good. Seriously, mate. He explains what these allegations are and where they come from on that interview with Holly. And quite frankly, if if the things he said are true, which he switched on, well, he if he gets found guilty of those, he ain't playing for quite a few years.
Right. Yeah, well, we all know if he gets guilty, he's fucked. But I just don't know how much they've got on him. None of us know, really, do we?
No, probably not. But West Ham, man, we are we not crying out for at least 2 centre backs?
Sorry, I'll be with you on second, guys.
I'm just trying to read what Sean said. Requests and Paqueta's presence at an upcoming hearing. Oh my word. Oh. Select committee. Well, maybe it is fun.
Seriously, Cieran, watch that interview with Tim Vickery and Holly, and he says some things.
Right.
Like, if that is true, he is absolutely not playing football for.
Right, so he's got more information there that makes him look guilty, or it looks like he's guilty. Is that what it is, Luke? Right. 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 Well. Oh well, we'll just have to make our money on kudos then when we eventually sell him. Lovely. Again.
Or the Aaron Cresswell, we sell him.
Okay. Hopefully you can hear me all right. Can you hear me all right, Luke?
I can hear you, Budgie. Can you hear me? Breaker 10-4. Breaker 10-4.
Yes, I can.
Broadsword calling Danny Boy. Broadsword calling Danny Boy.
Oh, I know what that's from. Oh God, who
Go on,
is it? Oh yeah, hang on. I know. Richard it was Where Eagles Dare. Where Eagles Dare. Yes. Yeah, great film. Yeah, and it was Richard Burton that said it. You're right. I remember it so vividly. Richard Burton, yeah. So there we go. Yeah, there you go. See that even WHU58 knows. Where's he gone? Make a cup of coffee, no doubt.
So, Budgie. You have
yes, mate.
3 signings.
Yes, mate.
You have 3 signings. Not talking about players, positions. You have 3 signings. Which ones are you doing for West Ham?
Right. Where's he? Right. So what? I got to choose 3 positions to get signings.
Yeah, no players. You don't have to mention players because we all want Bobby Moore, Lothar Matthäus, and I don't know Ronaldo. But who, what positions? 3 positions would you prioritise?
Right now, I would.
Not now, Budgie. But tomorrow. Come on.
Oh, what? For England, you talking about?
No, for West Ham. You can make decisions tonight, but I want them signed tomorrow.
Right. Okay. So a striker. Centre back. In fact, 2 centre back. 2 centre backs and a striker.
What if I said to you 3 centre backs?
Well, I wouldn't be too disappointed.
Not to anything else. and we'll sort the squad out. But 3 centre backs, 3 top quality centre backs. Isn't that what we need?
It would be very nice, wouldn't it? It really would be nice. But, you know, are we ever going to sign 3 quality centre backs? The chances are no.
The answer to that.
Exactly. And I would say
Look,
that the chances
we need centre back. We do. We've got to get one, definitely, and I think that's probably what we'll do. We'll definitely get one. But the situation hasn't changed since January, right? We still need cover for Alvarez. Now, if we're not going to keep Flynn Downs, we're going to have to buy a defensive midfielder for Alvarez. And if not, playing next to Alvarez. Either way, we need a defensive midfielder. We need a centre-half. And I believe it'd be nice to get a left winger. But maybe Cornet turns up to be a brilliant player and he gets something out of him. I don't know. But that's my 3 positions. The left wing, defensive midfielder and centre-half. Ideally, 2 centre-halves would be good. But
yeah, I mean, the thing is, there are rumours about Emerson, and if he does go, we're going to need to replace him. People are saying that Soufal is too slow and not good enough defensively. Yeah, go on.
Sorry, Budgie. But before you move on to the left back, to the right wet back.
Yeah.
That Ryan Sessegnon on a free seems like an absolute no-brainer to me. Isn't it, just?
That is a no-brainer. Yeah. It's a definite
get him
no-brainer.
in, cover.
I mean, the thing is...
Covers, yeah. If Emerson leaves, that's almost like we've got cover.
Listen, I'd be happy to get him in on the free if Emerson stays.
Yeah, agreed.
You know? I mean, like, what's his wages going to be? 800k a week?
Nothing like that.
No? You don't think?
No, a lot less.
Right,
he's been injury prone badly, Budge. That's the problem. That's why I think Tottenham are fucking him up. I think he just had hamstring surgery last season. He's a liability. But to get him on a free, it might be worth a punt. But that's the problem with it.
It reminds me
a lot of riddled with injuries.
Yeah, I suppose, I was thinking along them lines myself,
Not long enough the first team, but if you can get him in for cover and he plays in the Carling Cup, whatever it's called now, and or not in Europe anymore, but he's there for cover and he's fitter and younger than Cresswell, and he can get for 30, 40 grand a week. I honestly think that's a no-brainer.
It's not very exciting though, is it? It's just another cover for a cover.
West Ham do. We buy frees for our fullback, so that we can spend money on our centre back.
True.
I think you might be getting what you pay for, which you're paying nothing.
But it's better. I think I prefer to see a fit Ryan Sessegnon at left back than Aaron Cresswell. First game.
Well, that depends whether he can, if he stays fit. That's the problem.
But again,
I mean, I like to have Andy Carroll. I loved Andy Carroll up front. Fucking brilliant. Well, we couldn't keep him on the pitch.
Oh, I loved.
He was forever injured.
I loved Andy Carroll.
Yeah, and like I said, he'd be a legendary striker for us now if we could get, if he weren't for his injuries.
Dean Ashton.
But there you go.
Same could be said for Dean Ashton as well.
Yeah, Dean Ashton.
Yeah, the same thing. Yeah, It's no good having a great player, a really good player, if he's never fit. It's
No, I
pointless.
don't disagree.
We've done that too many times.
But I just think for a free, before we go on to signing players for money.
Yeah. Is it worth a punt, Luke? Of course it is.
Yeah.
You know, it's worth a punt. You might be able to get away with 30 grand a week, 40 grand a week, and see how he performs. But I don't know.
And if we're moving on to right back, I think Sufel stays. I think he was. I have to say, he may have not been the best player last season, but he was my player last season. He gave it every week. That guy.
Oh, I thought he was fantastic.
Oh, he still does.
Yeah, all those assists. So I'm happy with him at right back, but is Johnson staying?
Still
in
know.
negotiation.
Yeah.
So how can you make a decision on your?
Look, I'd love to upgrade Sufal. I'm a massive fan of Sufal, right? A massive fan. I've never seen any two players like Sufal and Souček give as much. They're unbelievable. But I would like an upgrade on right back. And Sufal to be the cover for that. That'd be great. But I can't see that happening. I think that's why we're in negotiations with Johnson. And between them, Johnson being back up to Sufal. It's not ideal, but you've got to spend your money wisely, haven't you? And I think that's why they gave Cresswell that extra year. We're covering Emerson. We get Johnson in. We're covering Sufal. You've got whatever limited money we've got to spend it in the right places. The right places, centre half, defensive midfielder, and maybe that.
Isn't as you went back to about cover for Alvarez? Isn't that Souček? If you're playing that,
well, by all accounts,
sorry,
Souček might not suit Lopetegui, but I just don't think Souček's going anywhere myself.
Yeah.
I mean, why would you?
The
question about Souček is,
I mean, the thing is,
when does his contract expire?
Yeah. I think Souček has got a bit of a future with us still because of the service he's given us so far. I mean, it's undoubtedly he's been, he's been he believes in the cause, you know what I mean? Continue that. But yeah,
mate, he plays for the Czech Republic like he does for West Ham. He leaves everything in there.
Yeah.
Paul. Oh, he changed his name.
I'm still watching your food reviews of Thailand.
Well, yeah, I'll still tune in. Good evening, Gary J.
Gary?
Thank you for joining us, sir, from the cruel US of A. So yes, we're only half an hour in. Can you believe that?
Yeah, USA. Don't see them qualify for the European Championships this season. Losers.
Neither did Brazil. Or Argentina.
Exactly. So we're ready.
Yeah, mate. At least we done better than them, didn't we? Let's be fair. Yeah. So, well, what else have we got to discuss? I mean, what we got the Denmark game coming up in the next 24 hours. Well, it'll be over in 24 hours. What time is it? Oh, it's 5 p.m.
My mate,
Friday.
one of my friends bought a ticket. We bought the 3 tickets for the European Championship, and it went to a lottery. He paid $1,400 for those, and none of them came up England. And he swapped those for this Denmark game. That is how much these tickets are going for if you can't get them through as it were, your national committee.
Yeah.
So when you see all those,
Wow.
I don't know, night games, Switzerland has got the team. Sorry, fans bunched together. They got in through their official means, so they might have paid £100 a ticket. But if you're getting one of those sponsored tickets handed down to you, you're looking at, as we said, swapping £400 for an £1,100 ticket, and just that extra. There it is. So when they say, what's the benefit of hosting one of these football championships, you're shifting tickets for a ridiculous amount of money.
Obscene amounts of money.
Mm-hmm.
Obscene.
So as I said, they sell they got
And
the
all the
tickets for the national bits. So I believe the national bits get a third each, and then about 30% go to the sponsors. And those are the ones that just get shifted and shifted and shifted on for more money.
Yeah, yeah. But then when you think about it, the sponsors are usually the same bloody sponsors, no matter where it's being held.
Well, not just that, mate.
You know,
Some of the sponsors,
like prime.
well, some of the sponsors are Ticketmaster. The Ticketmaster sponsor it, get those tickets and shift them up. Yeah. Uh-huh. Well, the best thing
That's
was
slightly bent, isn't it?
what was it? You remember the thing about Budweiser at the last World Cup? Or was it the Russian World Cup? I can't remember which World Cup it was for the recent. They sponsored it, and
Yeah.
all the local people just went, I don't want to drink Budweiser, so they just had all this Budweiser shipped in that no one could drink. Well, would you drink Budweiser?
In America. Was that not the American World Cup?
No, I think it might have been the German
US.
one, where they were forced to drink Budweiser. And if you're a German and you're drinking lager and someone hands you an American Budweiser, well, I think you're legitimately allowed to punch them in the face.
Yeah. Well, that sort of happens here. Like, if you look at the rugby league here, the Brisbane Broncos, right, big team in town, the Suncorp Stadium they play at, they're sponsored by 4X on their shirts. Now, Castlemaine 4X. So when you go into that stadium, that's it. You can only buy 4X beer, which I don't like. So that's just the way it is. They won't let anyone else in.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I suppose, they've got a legitimate reason not to let anyone in, haven't they, really?
Of course. Of course. They're sponsoring the team, so they're only going to sell their beer in the ground. That's it.
Yeah. 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 Yeah, I'm surprised that West Ham haven't got a Betway shop in the bloody stadium. You know what I mean?
We don't own the stadium.
Actually, no, I know. And not only that, they don't sponsor the stadium. They only sponsor the team or the club. So, and not only that, I don't think they're allowed to put betting.
Yeah, they should be. West Ham should be looking for new sponsors.
Yeah, I think they should. They're talking about banning the gambling sponsors anyway, aren't they?
They'll come, Buds. Like everything else, the gambling sponsors will probably be phased out of sport eventually.
Yeah, they will be. They will be. Which, I think is a good thing in a lot of ways, but they do generate a lot of money. So, the sponsorships are worth.
Oh, they sponsor a lot, mate, all around the world.
Yeah. Yeah, I've seen Betway sponsorship on other like sporting club teams, sort of thing. You know, motor racing even. I've seen Betway sponsoring. So, you know, but we need it gone. That sort of stuff, that sort of sponsor. You know, but then gone are the days when you're going to have like Joe's Pie and Mash on the front of your shirt or anything. Never going to have.
Or
like,
the
proper
Benson Hedges Cup.
Yeah, that don't
Well,
exist
well,
anymore.
that's the thing. That's the thing I find absolutely anachronous about this is Tony and all these people get done for betting, and then every shirt is sponsored by betting.
Yeah.
And then, okay, betting's a problem. And you go back to the old days, cricketers used to smoke and drink, or you can't have it sponsored by smoking and drinking. You're thinking, well, what? Well, the Premier League earns and generates enough money anyway. Why do you need sponsorship? Take it out of the equation.
Well, the thing is,
Because
if you take that out,
I know why. Yeah, I know why, Budgie. I know why. Because all money, blah blah blah. But if it's that much of a problem, it's that football is so hypocritical. It's unbelievable. Seriously, it's so hypocritical.
well, yeah, I mean,
You know
like football shirts are already beginning to look like a bloody,
Yeah.
you know, like a Formula One top anyway now, aren't they? You know, they got shirt sponsor on one sleeve, they've got the Premier League or the whatever tournament they're in on the other sleeve, they've got the shirt manufacturer on one side of the chest and the club badge on the other and God knows what on the back. You know, it's like it's beginning to look like an advertising board. You know?
Well, I'll take it to an extreme, Budgie. You can't have alcohol or cigarettes on a team shirt to sponsor them because blah 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 blah. But it's all right on the last of the season for Pep Guardiola to walk out with a massive cigar, hosting his victory, and then on a bus, Jack Grealish drinking beer in front of him. It's the hypocrisy that annoys me. So either you're saying none of this is acceptable, or you're saying none of this is acceptable because if I don't know who it's upsetting. You can walk down the street, people smoke, people drink. There's a gambling shop on every corner.
Yeah, I think your Wi-Fi's dropping out again, mate. You were breaking up.
Sorry.
That's fine. Right, what's James saying? Some bloke from Heineken pleaded with Suncor to sell their beer, but Suncor didn't give a fork. Looks like we're linked.
It's about right, James. James, he knows.
Looks like we're linked with a couple of Argentinians, unlike the Great Escape ones.
Really?
Well, let's hope it's Gabriel Batistuta and Diego Maradona.
Good evening, Tony. Thank you for joining us, mate. Smuggler. I mind you, that is what it says on my screen there. Big up everyone. Chat says Tony. Yes, so did you listen to any of that music that was suggested to us last week on when we were on the network? Cieran?
You know, I listened a bit more of that Ray girl.
Yeah.
She's quite a talent.
Good.
Yeah, very good voice. I can see why whoever suggested it, compared it to Amy Winehouse. I can see why it compare it to. Still think Amy Winehouse is better, but she's very good. Very good.
Yeah.
And a nice rack.
Brilliant. Yeah, he says he's only going by what he says. Yeah, I know, mate. Yeah, it's because I've got so many frigging devices linked to my StreamYard. I've got the name in differently in all the different devices. And I've got 4 devices in front of me now that are linked to it. Fucking ridiculous. And none of them work properly. So,
Brilliant.
yeah, look, Cieran's on rack alert. Yeah.
It's nice. Actually, she got a hell of a voice, man. Hell of a voice.
Yeah. Good voice, yeah.
Raye.
Yeah, very good. I'll tell you who else has got really exceptional voice for me. Anyway, I think she's been around quite a while now as well. But I've been watching quite a lot of Pink. I think she's brilliant.
Yeah, good performer. Pink. Good performer, man.
She's got a great voice. Live, she's fantastic. Mind you, most of them artists are good live, aren't they? Most of them. Rare these days that they're no good live. Yeah. So, well, I don't know. I think I'm going to have to move the subject on to music. I think we're going to have to. Because, boring fucking football.
Yeah, but lads, you've got to remember I'm a lot younger than you, so I didn't see Mozart live.
Neither did we, cheeky gits.
Or Beethoven.
No,
Elgar.
we didn't see him either. No, listen. If
Not
you want to
wrong,
go by composers that were around when we were young kids, we're talking about the great Rolling Stones and the Kinks and those sort of guys and the Beatles. You know, they were the ones composing music when we were kids. When they Cieran.
Absolutely. It was everything from the Beatles to the Stones to
just to point out that
through the Motown era, reggae.
Came out in 1963, and I'd like you to confirm exactly how old you are when it came out in 1963.
Well, I was 2, but I mean they were still going late 60s, early 70s, and plus when you brought up, with me, I had a lot of older brothers and sisters. That music's in the house, and you grow up with it, listening to what they're listening to, if you like. So you know all about it, even though you're probably too young to buy anything, but you know all about that music because you're brought up with it. And then you go into your own stuff, So I like the Motown, I like the reggae, then I became a punk. Punk rock was brilliant. And all the bands that came on the wave of punk were brilliant. It was a great time. 77 to about 80, it was a great time in music. Changed a lot of things.
Thanks for joining us, Tony. Speak to you real soon.
See you, Tony.
Chat soon, mate. Take care, all in the chat. He says, there it is. Oh, Anthony Herbert's in the house. Oh, good evening, Anthony. Thank you
Anthony.
for joining. Drop boy.
I'll tell you what. One thing I did, I really noticed on these Euros, right? Hey, Darren.
Yep.
Do you know the ritual now when they come to toss the coin, right? They hand the pennants over, don't they? The referee tosses the coin, and then both captains shake hands with him, or clasp hands with him. That grasp and clasp? Would you call it grasp and clasp? Do that to the linesman, the referee, the linesman, yeah? And then to each other.
Yeah.
It's become a ritual now in all football, isn't it? That greeting, start the game. And the only time in this Euros I watched it and it didn't happen, guess which player didn't do it? Or captain didn't do it. No.
Harry Kane.
No, guess it. No.
Ronaldo.
It was Ronaldo and Souček. Ronaldo did shake the referee's hand, but not Souček's and not the two linesmen. And I just thought, wow, that's weird, because everybody does the same. Like it is a ritual, but not Mr. Ronaldo. I'm going to wait to the next Portuguese game to see if he does exactly the same as he did in that game. I know it means nothing, but I just noticed it. It.
But,
I went,
yeah, you would
maybe you don't like touching people.
It's so ritualistic, you know.
It's become that.
Yeah.
But not for Mr. Ronaldo. He might not like touching people's hands. I don't know.
Hang on, I think we've got. Let's get rid of that one then, and then we'll put this on in. Oh no, put him back in. Come on, there we go. You with us now, Luke?
Is that better?
Yeah. Yeah. What's this on your phone then, instead of a laptop?
Yeah, just shifted over to another device, Budgie. You know me, multifunctional.
Yeah, that's how we are, mate. That's how we roll. That is how we roll. Yeah, I think there's. Yeah, I think. What was we talking about? Fucking hell, can't remember now. Good evening, James. Thank you for joining us. E20 Zone TV. Thanks for popping in, buddy. Yeah, mate. Listen, I ain't got any hopes of us winning tomorrow night. By the way, I think Denmark are going to come strong at us. You know.
Oh no, I disagree, Budge. Budge, I think we will win this group comfortably. I think we'll win the next round game comfortably, and then we'll play against someone decent. France, Italy, Germany, whoever it will be, Spain, and we'll come a cropper.
Yeah, more than likely.
Yeah.
My headache with it, boys, is I'd like to watch England and enjoy it. After watching fucking West Ham all season, I'd like to watch England, enjoy it, and see it exciting. And the players are there for that. Yeah. I watch it and I'm fucking me, man. It's like a repeat of watching West Ham. It's so disappointing what I'm watching.
You've got Walker at right back, who's a brilliant right back, but he's not a brilliant right back defender. You've got Gahey, who I think is, if he was at West Ham, I'd love him and I'd promote him so much. I think he's a brilliant player. Yeah. Stones is a lovely player. And then you, at the moment, unless Shaw is fit, who, let's be honest, he's a decent right back. He's not Maldini. We're playing a right back at left back. So you're going into a quarter-final, say, against Spain. I've no idea what the ball chart looks like. You're going to a quarter-final against Spain, let's say, and you've got a right back at left back, John Stones, Gahey, and Walker. And I like Pickford, but he isn't Manuel Neuer. So you're going into that quarterfinal with that defence, that back five. I think you're going to get found out very quickly, regardless of how good your front six are.
The trouble is, this is how my mind works with Southgate. I don't know if it matters who you fucking put in there. He'll make them worse, right? This is what he does. You've got Harry Kane up front, who smashed the Bundesliga, right? The record amount of fucking goals. Yeah, he plays him in a position where he's got to come deep. he'd get the back four to pass it around. Now, sounds familiar, doesn't it? Pass it around the back, and then in that second half, in that game, they pass it back to Pickford, who launched it about fucking 20 times. 20 times. And I just kept watching it and going, oh my fucking good God. Is this, no good team does this. Good teams play it. Play it out the back. Slovakia played it out the back. There's better side, mediocre sides there playing better football. And that's the problem. Southgate is the problem. And it isn't the players. We've got one of the best squads in that Euros. Yeah, he won't utilise them or play them to their strengths. And it's a very familiar story. And probably a very familiar outcome.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. I mean, even Sean said that. Did anyone see Moyes on the telly as a pundit? Heard he was shit.
Didn't watch it.
Well,
I see the thumbnail for Talk Sport about how him saying how he'd fix West Ham or England's left side problem, and I said, "Fuck that! He couldn't fix West Ham's left side problem. Fuck off! I don't want to hear what he's got to say. I will not watch him. He couldn't do it at West Ham. He threw 4 nails out there. He's Paqueta out there. He had fucking Cornet out there. He had Ben Rama out there. None of them fucking really worked. So please, fuck me. What the fuck does he know?
He didn't have Cornet out
there.
No,
anyway.
That was the problem. You know?
No, it didn't bother him.
No.
It didn't bother him.
And that was the fucking problem.
Couldn't be bothered to put him on.
Natural left winger in the bloody squad. Tournament starts after the group stages. We're not going to play well and all that sort of. True.
I agree with that.
Yeah, it does. It does.
Yeah,
yeah, mate. If all you worry about results, England will get the results to get through to the knockout stage. There will no doubt about that. They'll get the result. But it's like
I
what
agree with that unequivocally. Who was that? Who said that? About it starts after
James.
Unequivocally.
Oh, sorry, not that one.
It starts after group. Just get through the group. If you can get top, hopefully that means you play a worse side. But it's funny with these tournaments. If you finish top, some brilliant team in a group that you're supposed to play, the second team, could finish second in that team. So you could play, as I say, I've not looked at the tournament wall chart, but you could say Italy could finish second and you've got to play them in the quarterfinals. That is when it starts. The group stage is just getting through, hopefully top of the group. And if you finish second, you might get a better route, but ultimately just get through this group. Nothing else matters at this stage.
Spain and Italy are in the same group, so that is quite feasible.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
You could get either
I think as well, E20 Zone TV's got this a little bit wrong in so much. I think now the European Champions League has a round of 16 before the quarterfinals. So if you get, as I say, I don't know, Italy in the round of 16. Well, that then moves it on to playing. I mean, look at Germany. We think have been amazing. Germany have played Scotland and Hungary. Well, Italy is a completely different ball game, isn't it?
Yeah, of course it is. Oh, Cieran's buggered off now. He's back again. Look, here he is. Back again. I don't know what happened there, mate. You seem to have moved. I mean, you seem to have disappeared. Look, you got that light right behind your head now. Yeah. There he is. There he is.
Yeah, sun's starting to something, mate. Sun's starting to show.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway,
A bit warmer in the morning.
England will do what they do.
Yeah.
They'll get there. I don't think it matters who we face. With the squad we got, you should be able to beat anyone. They're just very underwhelming when you watch them, and they have been for quite a while for me. I don't think it's the players. I think that the talent's there. You know, but like I said, you're not always going to play well. But I think tactically, it's Southgate that might be holding them back.
I think again.
Yeah, I mean,
We've seen that in the last two tournaments.
You're going to see a different team, I think. I
mean, that Shaw might be fit for that. I heard. I don't know if he will be. I think he might be playing left back if he's a fit.
You don't see Trent. I think you might see Gallagher starting because he is Southgate really likes Gallagher. And I think he is that engine, or a little bit like Nobes, in so much as he puts tackles in, gets the ball back in advanced positions, and I think honestly, the solution to the left wing problem, the solution to the left wing problem is Anthony Gordon. I know no one likes to hear it, but if you want a left winger, you have got a really, really good left winger there.
Might throw Grealish in there. Oh no, can't. Can we? He didn't bother with him.
Yeah, we know. But what about Eze?
Don't need him. Eze, Palmer. Fuck me. There's a lot of good talent there, isn't there?
I mean, look, Jared Bowen's a left footer.
No,
you know,
Jared Bowen. No. Jared Bowen is Saka's under whatever it is. What's it called?
Understudy.
Understudy, thank you, mate. I think so, and I think that's right.
Yeah.
I got a funny feeling though. That he was a bit disenchanted with Saka the other day on Sunday, and I think that's why he brought Bowen on. And then when Bowen put that ball straight on Harry Kane's head.
Oh, nice, wasn't it? It was nice for him to get a touch and then first cross.
I mean, that can only have done good things for his reputation with Southgate, to be fair. You know.
See, I think, Budge, that was probably the only bit of service Kane got all night.
I have to agree, mate. This absolute nonsense that I've heard about we may have to drop Kane. He's not. Kane is the focal. Kane is the best number 9 England have had. Rooney is a 10. Blah 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 blah. He is the best number 9 we have had since Lineker. He has to play. If you can create a formation whereby Kane is the extra man, so they're all pissing about with the ball, and Kane is always just no. You do not drop Kane. Kane is. Who else are you going to play up as number 9?
Well,
he's phenomenal. He's a phenomenal goal scorer. Simple as that.
Kane is our number 9.
And you know, I've got to be honest with you. Obviously, I dislike the fact that he was at Tottenham and all this, that, and the other. But I have to agree, he's probably, you know, and in fact, I'll agree with James there. I think he's the best number 9 since Shearer. That's my opinion.
They're all good. I think he's better.
Okay.
Kane's numbers.
I have to agree. Shearer, certainly before he got that ligament injury, is a better player than Kane. Yeah, no, fair enough. Apologies, but we can't play Shearer, so therefore we have to play Kane. Do we not?
Yeah, Shearer. Shearer is brilliant.
But I mean,
Jimmy
listen, I'm saying, yeah, and you know, for the way the game is right now, Harry Kane's the perfect number 9 for our setup. You know, that there isn't a striker in the country as good as him. Well,
but I do agree with the point that Cieran made about the fact that Southgate, well, not just Southgate, I think it's more Harry Kane. I'd be saying to Harry Kane, you do not leave that bit just around the box and then into the 6-yard box. That penalty area, I'd like you do not leave 15 yards beyond that point when we have the ball. Don't come and get the ball. No. We'll supply you the ball and then you smash it in the goal, please. That is what I'd like to see Harry Kane do.
When we came under a bit of pressure there, he was defending outside his own penalty box, Harry Kane. What the fuck? I'd be saying, don't be coming back. Don't come back here. Just fuck off. But no. That's why Southgate reminds me so much of Moyes. We see Antonio doing that.
If Harry Kane is stood on the halfway line, that means at least one of their players has to stand near Harry Kane on the halfway line.
Yeah, exactly.
I love this comment from Sean. Had a bet on Harry Kane to complete 4 dribbles the other night. It came in halfway through the national anthem. Oh, that's great. He's fucking brilliant. Kane isn't a 9 now. He plays as a 10, really. Yeah, absolutely he does. Always drops deep. He's not going running behind defences with pace. He needs to be 18 yards box striker. Yeah, exactly. That's kind of everything that we've been saying. That is everything that we've been saying.
No, that's how they play Kane as a sort of number 10. That's how they play.
Yeah.
I just thought it was quite poignant that Bowen came on, put across it, and he's there. And really, great save. Great save that pushed it onto the bar too.
Really
good save.
And had that have been like a foot either side of where it actually was, the keeper might not have got to it because,
No, he done well.
Committed. He was committed.
Everything about that was good.
It was quality.
Yeah.
Yeah. The build-up play was good. Bowen's cross was exceptionally good. Harry Kane's header was sublime.
Well, like Joel said, if you keep, I don't see how you build pressure and against a team if you're forever passing it back to your goalkeeper and booting it long. Now, when he was booting it, Pickford to Kane, what Kane was doing really well was shielding the ball and winning free kicks. And it seemed like a tactic England had because you can't do it that often and not be a tactic. Pickford was launching that ball. I gave up counting how many times they'd done it in the second half.
Yeah.
But to me, if you're a good team and trust your players, you play that ball out. You play it left. You play it right. You come through the middle or you go down the line. They're not. They're just booting it. And it's a Southgate tactic. It's not one I like to watch.
That's a really good question, James. I like that question. How do we get the best out of Phil Foden?
That's simple. You just go and ask Pep.
Yeah.
Ask Pep how he does it.
Or you ask him.
Okay.
How do I get
Southgate? Give him a ring. Give him a ring.
How do I get?
I would quite.
Mate. Southgate to Pep. Pep, I'm a little bit fucking snooky here. I don't know what the fuck to do with this boy. Oh, let me tell you.
I'd like to give a serious answer to that.
Go on.
Honestly,
let's have it.
How does Pep do it? Well, Pep's got brilliant defenders. England do not have brilliant defenders. We are so reliant on Declan Rice. So to get the best out of Foden, you almost negate the wings and have Declan Rice and say, I don't know, Mainu or Gallagher beside him. But to get the best out of Foden, that means you might have to drop Bellingham or negate the wings. It is a ridiculous question to ask, how do you get the best out of Foden, when the better question is, how do you get the best out of England? And quite frankly, we are hamstrung.
Yep.
Well, we're
That's
hamstrung by the fact that our defence is fucking awful.
I don't think it's awful. I don't. I think Stones and Gahey, not top notch, but I think Stones are good. Pep turned him into a good centre.
Sorry, Kieran. The question always is, how does Pep get the best out of Foden? Because he's got a back line and 2 defensive midfielders sat behind him and Kevin De Bruyne. So it's not that easy. Because
there you go. Well, you just brought that into it, and
our defence is really bad.
Exactly what he's saying. Yeah, it is. But you play Foden as the 10, and you let Bellingham.
Way to get the best out of England is get rid of Southgate. We've known that for years.
And replace him with who?
Need a better manager.
No,
James
he's not.
has a different opinion. He says our defence is solid.
Yeah, I think we got good defensive players.
I think.
And you watch how Stones plays for Man City. He comes up. He brings the ball up. He plays in a midfield position. It's fucking unbelievable, and he's good at it. Southgate's the problem here. I don't think it's the players.
Yeah.
But you never know. James could go on and win it. He'd be a hero.
Like James said, though, Pep has got a striker that pushes defenders back, which is true. I mean, he does, and that happens. And he's always had one of those, to be fair. England fail every time because they pick 11 individuals rather than a team. Good point, Sean. Real good point. And, a lot of those individuals are, favourites. Revivals from heaven. Oh, thanks for letting us know, James. Cheers, mate.
Right.
Thanks for that. Stones could dovetail with Rice.
Yeah, it's not a bad shout, that too. They could.
Yeah, but then out of all of the other aforementioned players, who do you sacrifice? And who do you have as cover in defence?
I think you have to sacrifice anyone.
Well, you have got.
I don't think you can. I mean, you can have Stones pushing into the midfield. Bring the ball out from the fucking back and stop kicking it long.
I see what you mean. Keeping him as the
centre. Do that, man. If you can't trust your defenders to pass, then
Right. Yeah. I'm with you now. Yes.
Who'd be a manager?
Well, exactly.
I certainly wouldn't.
That's the thing about everyone. Why I get my heckles up about everyone piling on Southgate. Which lineup is he selected that you wouldn't? And then people say, "Oh, you should go more offensive."
Yeah. The players are there to do it, Luke. I think it's more tactical is why we're disappointed. I don't think it's the players. But that's just my opinion. Just watching.
No. Again, Kieran.
And like I said, I watched that second half and I started counting how many times Pickford booted the ball. And I went, fuck me, man. We're an international team with, full of quality players all through it. And on the bench. Yeah, this is what we do.
We've been told for the last 10 years, Serbia are dark horses. They've got a lot about them. You shouldn't take them lightly. And they walk away. I agree the second half was very poor. I thought the first half, we bossed that game.
Yeah, but the first half, look, they sat back in a low block. And the second half, because they were 1-0 down, they decided to come out a bit. And we fucking crumbled. We just went deep and started reacting. We weren't proactive. We were just reacting to the situation. And we let them in the game. And they had chances.
Did they?
instead of putting them
Did they have
to bed.
chances?
They had a couple, yeah. They could have nicked a draw. Only 1-0, you can always nick a draw. It only takes one big deflection, doesn't it? Takes one situation for them to score. We just let them in there instead of trying to fucking rip them apart.
First game in the tournament, get you 1-0 win, walk away. Let's see.
Yeah,
Let's see how we do.
No, you've always got to put that caveat in, Luke. That's the problem. That's 3 points on the board, not a problem. It's a good result. Let's not get that wrong. It's a good result to start a tournament. You always want to start with a win. It makes the next 2 games a lot easier. I'm just judging it as watching that team and the players on the pitch. The tactics we're using are fucking horrible. But if you're just a results-based person, that's a perfect game.
I'm not.
Take it that.
I'm not.
I'd like to be more.
Second half.
No, I'm not saying you, Luke. I'm not saying you. I'm just saying you'll take that result all day long.
We're having a convo.
Don't care about it.
I just think the second half we were diabolical. I think. Oh, how do we get Foden into it? Foden's had a poor game. Let's see how he does against Denmark, because he could just snip up and pop a couple left out of the boot.
Denmark could be a challenge.
I think, I watched France first game, and I thought they created a lot of opportunities and didn't score them. And I would I think I might prefer to be in our performance. We played a better team, we won, didn't create a lot, walked away, turned up, because France, they were very close to losing against a much worse team than Serbia.
Yeah, look, it's like for all teams. You look at Portugal yesterday against Czechoslovakia. They're full of superstars called that Portuguese team. So many good players. And they really, through mistakes by the Czechs, gave them the win. With all that quality they had on the pitch. Czechoslovakia battled them and done well. And but it could have easily been a draw. You know? Yeah, all that talent.
I just think
right, I'm going to bring another guest in, gentlemen.
You better know with Gareth Southgate.
No, it's James.
Because you've got some explaining to Kieran if it's Gareth Southgate, because I'm on his side.
Well, I would tell Southgate what a cunt he is, but he's got a tough job.
Did I mute you?
Good evening. How are we?
Good evening, James.
You all right? I was just listening to what you were saying about Southgate, so I thought I'd come and hear what he's got to say, basically. He's got a tough job on his hands. He's got to try and fit Foden, Bellingham, Saka, Kane in this team, and Foden's a bit of a problem because he's the only one who's not performing at the minute.
Yeah.
So what do you do?
I don't think you have to fit Bowen.
Going by, I mean, if you were going to be going purely on the performances and their stats over the period of the last season, I think Bowen's in with a shout for a start, if I'm honest with you. And so too.
No, not for me, but
what, you would start Saka over Bowen?
Yep.
Yeah. All day long.
Sorry, mate. Yep.
Oh, I'm not so sure I would.
No, Budgie, I hate when they play against West Ham. I don't like any of them, but when they play for England, I have that removed from my visage. And no, I like Bowen very much. I think that an understudy to Saka. And when Saka's a bit hard, bring on Bowen. Also, when Saka, maybe play them together. When you need someone to feed off Kane, he's so much for the industry. I would play him as a super sub, but no, I'm sorry, mate. In my opinion, and I appreciate yours, and God damn it, mate, I love you more than probably Saka, but I would play Saka above Bowen.
Okay. Fair comment.
He's quicker.
Fair comment.
He's quicker. He's nimbler, and he's yeah. I love, but he's just a bit. He hasn't quite got the quality, as it were, that Saka has. Whereas, if it was who's going to run the hardest, run everything, and run everything, I'd have Bowen. But that little bit of quality, I think Saka is a peer above.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, fair play.
I can see Bowen starting. If we win against Denmark, I can see Bowen starting the third game.
Yeah, defo. But yeah, no, against that big team, quarter final, I'm playing Saka.
Yeah.
James, what about you?
I think it's a tricky one, really. You've got a lot of players that he's trying to shoehorn into the team. And I can understand the frustration, don't get me wrong. Trent playing midfield, it didn't work the other night.
Ridiculous.
Forgot about that.
Do you know what I mean? Him going midfield, it didn't work when you got other players there who can do the job. Gallagher, Mainu. The Foden one's an interesting one because we all know how good Phil Foden is. And he's a talented footballer under Pep, but Pep's got world-class players in attack, and he's got a centre forward who can push defenders back. Kane doesn't push defenders back, mate. He comes deep. He buys fouls. He's not going to turn and sort of pull defenders all over the place like Haaland does for City. So we've got a bit of a problem with trying to get Foden into this side. And then you've got Bellingham and all.
Sorry, James. Sorry to interject. Do you agree with my point that Kane, that semicircle around the 18-yard box, draw a line to the 6-yard box, that is where Kane should be for England. Do not let him move back into midfield. That is where he should be. Not only occupying at least one defender, but when the ball comes to there, he is lethal. Why the fucking hell should he be in the centre box dictating play?
But it's the way his game's formed. He was like it at Spurs towards the back end of his Spurs time, picking the ball up from deep and spraying passes out to Son and other players. And he's doing the same thing now to try and do it with Saka and Foden. The problem is Foden's not. To me, I don't look at Foden as a winger. Like I get the idea that he's a 10. I like Bellingham as a 10. I think Bellingham is good at both boxes. He can defend. He can attack. He's world class, that kid. And for me, it's not balanced enough for me. Like you've either got to change the system or you've got to you got to take a left sided. You got to put a left sided attacker in there.
Well, here's a question for all you three. Yeah. Is the most important player in a big game for England, fuck these group games, when we play a decent team, is the most important player for England Anthony Gordon on the left wing? Because we've got no one else there in that squad that can do it.
Hard to say. I'd like to see a bit of entertainment and throw Eze on there as a wild card, mate. Let him fucking run riot. But I don't think we'll do that. But that last couple of months, Eze for Palace was fucking unbelievable. The boy was on fire. And fair play to him. He took him there.
And he
took Mainu there. And
let him do that.
But like James said, it's hard. How do you fit them all in? And I'm not sure. They've got to play as a team. And what's the best setup? I don't think that's the problem. I don't think Southgate knows it. And that's the issue. I don't think he knows what best 11 is.
I think he's got he's either got to change the system or he's basically got to sacrifice one of the big hitters. Like it's a simple, because you can't. Like the Trent thing didn't work the other night. I understand it. I understand what he was trying to do, but it didn't. For me, it didn't work. So if you're going to play 4-3-3, then is Foden the guy? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, and listen, I know it's an hard one to say, but it's a big fucking decision because he's been brilliant for City.
Well, did he get best player of the Premier League last year, Foden?
Yeah, yeah, in the Premier League.
Because it's very hard to leave him out with his year. It's very hard to leave Kane out because of his year. 37 goals or whatever for Bayern Munich in the league.
The only thing with Kane,
so there's certain players that you think they should work.
See the thing is with Kane is that he's not a sort of striker. He's not like Haaland. When Haaland gets the ball, he's on the move straight away, and defenders are following him back.
No, Kane's different.
Yeah, Kane draws defenders to him and buys fouls.
He does.
And does all that sort of stuff. But he's never going to spin a defender running behind and do a defender for pace. Do you know what I'm saying? And I think what it is with England, we've become one-dimensional to a point.
Yeah, but even with Kane, and he's good at coming deep, getting the ball, laying it off. He's done it with Son so many fucking times, so many goals between the two of them, doing that. Right, but why are we kicking it back to the keeper and booting it long? I think this is where our problems start. How do you build momentum and attack? I don't understand that.
I agree.
Good teams play the ball.
On the other day, when I was watching it, I agree. First half he was good. Second half he was diabolical. He was shit. But I think I've not seen any team blow a team away. Right? People could say Germany against Scotland, and yeah, Germany looked good. No. Don't get me wrong, but other than that, I've not seen no one. Like, so more against Denmark.
No one's looked exceptional, James. I agree with that. No one's looked outstanding yet. No one. Even like I said, the Scotland game was Scotland were terrible, fucking terrible. And in that first game, they picked it up a little bit tonight, but they were terrible in that first game.
Yeah, but this is the point
that's the only game
about. I think it was James that said that the quarterfinals is when it matters because
of course it does.
You can go through. Finish.
Do you know what?
So this new European Championship is now an absolute shambles because it should be the top two go through, but now it's all sorts of the best third place, and as James said, the quarterfinals is when Southgate earns his form.
Yeah, of course. You don't want to hit your top form at the beginning. You want to hit it when you get to the knockout stages. I agree with that. Do you know what? It's an interesting stat that commentator came up with the other night when it was the last game of the first round. There have been 34 goals scored, and every one was from a different player. Well, that was interesting. No one had scored 2 goals for any team. And I thought, just thought that was an interesting stat.
Yeah.
That killed the conversation, didn't it? All right.
Fucking hell, that was a cough and a sneeze.
So then,
I mean, Scotland's joint top scorer is Rudiger.
Let's move on to something else. First game of the season, I believe West Ham play Aston Villa. I would like you to predict your first 11 for West Ham United Football Club.
Well, that's impossible.
We haven't bought any of them yet. We've got 6 players to buy yet.
Okay,
Luke,
then
so
as now, predict it. I'll start.
I couldn't pick it now.
I'll start Ariola in goal.
No.
Yeah, that's
a good start. I agree with that.
I'll go Emerson on the left. Go on. Next.
Yeah, Sue felt right.
Mavropanos centre back.
Oh,
Good luck with the big sack next to him.
yeah. I'm going to say. Who am I going to say? Milenkovic. We've been linked with him so many times.
That Italian centre half we've been linked to. We're buying him. He'll be starting.
Well, isn't Steiden in Brazil? So we must have a Brazilian centre back lined up.
Aren't you a bit nervous about the new season?
Very.
It should be, Judge. Should be shitting ourselves unless we buy 6 players, at least.
I know.
I'll be shitting myself. But
I am.
I'm looking forward to it.
I am. Well, Steiden's got a big job on his hands, hasn't he? Let's be real. Like he's got a mountain.
Sorry, James. I don't like to be the. Come on, but we will have Antonio up front, so that's at least 20 goals this season.
Yeah.
Go on.
That's it.
Yeah,
Till that transfer window shuts, then you can decide whether you're going to do well this year. I don't expect us to. I expect a transition season. I expect us to finish anywhere between 8th and 12th, and that's it. But you'll start getting excited if the good players come in. If Steiden can't make that work or get the right players in, we're in for a tough season.
Also,
Simple as that. It's all about recruitment.
Is it Steiden? Steiden's on a lovely tour of Brazil, but until Sully signs the checks, aren't we still in the same position?
Well, he's obviously signed a check for him to go out there and have a look for talent. So,
also as well, but
must be willing to give him a check.
Hasn't our Czechoslovakian investor just bought the post office?
No, he's bought more shares in it because he already had some.
So he might be a bit busy to give a fuck about West Ham.
True.
It shouldn't matter.
True. Yeah. Right, let's go for a few more of these.
I reckon the post office might be a better money maker than West Ham United Football Club.
Yeah. It could be. Yeah, he'd probably start having the players delivered by Royal Mail trucks instead of coaches. That would be quite funny. Yeah, there you go. Rudiger joined the squad.
Yep.
What's that? We're finishing top 4 stars for our line. Ambitious, mate. Can anyone guess the Premiership player who ran the fastest in defensive scenario? He's
the boy at surely the boy at Tottenham. No, the boy at Tottenham.
No, I forgot.
I'm going with Mahatma Gandhi.
Mahatma Gandhi.
Well, I heard the commentator say it a while back. They reckon he's the fastest player in the Premier League, the centre half for Tottenham. He's been recorded as the fastest run in the Premier League. That was about a couple of months before the Premier League finished, mind you. Forget his name.
Right, so 58.
Just
in answer to your question,
I own the record for running away from a performance watched by West Ham in the Premier League. Because I remember that game against Brighton when we got absolutely dicked, and I ran away from a computer screen quite quickly.
There you go. James, you were correct. No. It was, now forget it. So,
I'm going to dispute that.
Also, as well, Aguerd, that's a great stat, by the way. But if Aguerd is the best at anything, then just sell the prick because he does not want to do any of that at West Ham United Football Club.
Yeah, but he has done.
We have no
Question
players left
was-
at this rate.
Premiership player. Who
Jimbo, I'm selling you for $5 million.
Well, I'm giving you away.
Typical. Oh, you've met my wife.
Yeah, she said the same thing. Right, guys. We've been going for over an hour and a half, and I have got an early start in the morning. So I'm going to call an end to proceedings. Thank you, everybody, for joining me. Thank you, James, for your contribution. Thank you, Luke, for your contribution.
Thank you, boys. Love to speak to you.
Yeah, and Cieran, as always, thank you for your partnership and contribution. And it's been fun doing something live on Green Street Elites again. We'll have to do it again soon. Until next time, hope you all have a pleasant week.
See you later, boys.
Enjoy the England game.
I won't.
Hang on, what's going on here? What's going on here? Oh, for God's sake.
I'll do it.
Got to do it that way. That's right. That's all right.
Don't press the Budge. Do not press the button that calls the emergency services.
I ain't got one of them. All right, guys and girls, thank you so much for joining us. I know some people have- Have a good time, everyone, and we'll see you all soon. Come on, you iron.